Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tevin Townsend here, trying to get this angle just right. As you can see, I have some new equipment, so I hope my voice is coming in smooth and deep and warm for everyone that always tells me how much they love my voice. This video is a recount of my traveling experiences in Honduras. I am from the United States, never traveled internationally in my life. This was my first time. It was a blast. It had its downfalls. If anyone has followed my social media on Facebook, you got to catch a lot of that. And you got to see a lot of what was going on, a lot of content that I didn't publish on my YouTube, but you can catch all of that on Facebook. The one thing I regret to inform all of you is I hoped to have a lot of footage to present in a video to make a short documentary of my whole experience. Unfortunately, my MacBook Pro was killed in action. RIP. That was my good partner in crime for 7 years, man. I got that MacBook Pro 2010 when I first started college, and this was in 2010. It had some issues, but it was still a perfectly functioning laptop. It died too soon due to water damage. So this was one thing I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't prepared for the tropical weather. I went out there thinking, whew, this is going to be a blast. I'm going to soak up the tropical sun. I'm not going to have to deal with the cold weather. Nah. Don't get me wrong, though. The weather is wonderful in the tropics, but it has to be respected as well. And me just having never lived in a tropical environment, I was not prepared. First of all, regular clothes, what you might consider regular clothes, like say here in the States or up north, they don't work out too well in the tropics. You'll have to deal with sweating in the tropics. You'll have to deal with extreme wetness, and that followed by extreme heat. Shoes, you cannot wear the same shoes. Anything like tennis shoes or dress shoes, forget about it. They just won't make it in the tropics. You gotta have sandals or flip-flops. I had some Crocs that really couldn't handle all the mud and water it will collect. They will get wet quite frequently. And that morning or the next morning, they will get a whole bunch of sun and dry up. So it's a cycle happening on a daily basis or every other day. It takes a toll on your shoes. So you have to wear clothes that are apt for a tropical environment. Now, I went there during rainy season, and I guess rainy season in Honduras is pretty bad. So that's the reason a lot of my stuff was water damaged. Not only was my MacBook Pro water damaged, I had other electronics that were water damaged. I even had important paper documents that were water damaged, including my passport. I almost freaked out when I saw that my passport was water damaged. It was salvageable because it's not made of cheap paper. It's made of decent quality paper. So I was able to use that on my way out. I did have a slight issue. And a lot of these airports, you can just scan your passport. It was no longer scannable, so it had to just be inspected. And I was even questioned about it. And I basically, like this one lady, she said, your passport's damaged. Why is it damaged? Because it's almost like she was interrogating me. This happened at the Houston airport. I'll have to talk about that in another video. Actually, you know what? Let me talk about it now, because traveling internationally is becoming more and more difficult with these laws, these restrictions that have come into place. It's crazy. So I was interrogated at the Houston airport for basically no reason. They just wanted to ask information. I had a lady, this was a female officer. She wanted to know what I was doing in San Pedro, where I was staying, how I supported myself. She even went so far as to ask me who bought my ticket, how was the ticket bought. And I'm like, okay, I bought the ticket. I bought it online. She wanted to know where I was working before I left to go to Honduras. I almost wanted to tell her, look, I'm actually from the United States. I even have my birth certificate with me. I would expect a welcome home, and you're treating me like I'm a foreigner. It was just so insulting and offensive that I had to go through that. So, yeah, I made it back to the States during the Christmas holidays. And this was on Christmas, man. I put this video up, I know I did, on this channel during the Christmas holidays, where I get back and I'm at the Atlanta airport trying to catch a bus from Atlanta to Memphis, Tennessee, and then this police officer thought I was suspicious because I was carrying around my luggage. And I have actual video of this. So he just pulls up on the curb, starts questioning me, handcuffs me, and just says he thought I was suspicious, and that was a valid reason for him questioning me and detaining me. Silly, man. In Honduras, it was cool with me having my hair like it is. I'm growing out a set of freeform locks. People respect Rastas out there. It's like you're a celebrity. Like, I'd just be walking and randomly I'd have people say, Rasta Man, Rasta. And I'd be like, yeah, Rasta. Because I do consider myself a Rasta man. Here in the States, I've noticed I am treated a lot differently now. It is to be expected. It's nothing new. But I'm now going through that journey. And, locks out here are associated with criminal culture, a troubled youth culture. No one looks at it as a spiritual journey or a natural hair journey. They think you were trying to be a thug or something. So that's been tough. Makes it more difficult to get jobs. It's crazy, man. So it's just, when you explore the world, you realize that mindsets are limited to where people are from and the things they're used to seeing. So on one hand, in the States, with locks, you're not desired. You look suspicious. And then in this other country, you're a hero. I was able to soak up a lot of good sunlight. I would wash my hair in river water. No fluoride, nothing. All natural elements. The only thing I put in my hair was coconut oil, which I did one time while I was out there, and I stayed there for 3 months. I got a lot of rainwater in my hair, which does a good job of locking your hair. So that helped take me to the next phase in my lock journey. If you're new to this channel and you're watching this video of me, or a video of me for the first time, I talk about locks all the time. I don't want to get too much off topic here. So let's stay to the topic at hand. I had a lot of equipment that was water damaged, and I don't have my MacBook Pro at a status where it's operable to take some of the footage I did keep and to edit it. All I have with me right now is my old Logitech web camera that I'm using. And I did purchase this new microphone. So I'll need to buy some new equipment soon. Maybe if you guys give me some donations, I can I can get that equipment sooner. Support the show. So you'll also want to be cognizant of environmental hazards like mold and mildew. That's a real common occurrence in the tropics, with it always raining, being hot and wet, and having a lot of heat, sunlight. We stayed in wooden cabins. They're called cabanas in Spanish. A lot of us got hit with mold sickness at the same time. On the really rainy weeks, that mold sickness will kick in, and the mold was really bad. You'll want to know how to deal with mold when you encounter it, and how to detect mold. English. Don't go out there expecting that people are going to speak English. It is a Spanish-speaking country. It is a Spanish-speaking country. If you can find anyone that speaks English, which you can, it's going to be less often than not. You'll want to make that person a very good friend. They will probably be able to help you find basic things that are difficult to do with you not knowing where you are, knowing how to get around, and not knowing Spanish, and not knowing anyone out there. They'll be able to help you get a place to stay, or get internet service, get phone service. You know, you almost feel like you don't know where to start if you go out there. You can't speak the language, and you don't know anyone. It can be tough. It can be really tough. I wasn't in that predicament, but I did venture out individually many times on my own, or maybe with a pal, and we encountered those situations where it really sets in, realizing I'm speaking to this person, I understand what I'm saying, and they have no idea what I'm saying. There was a lady who was with us, older lady, and I remember one time we were at one of the stores, and she was just talking straight English, and the person at the store didn't understand the things she was saying. And I was looking at her, I was like, man, she doesn't understand what you're saying. Like, why are you speaking in English? And she's a very strong willed and opinionated person, so she just said, I don't care. She knows exactly what I'm saying. And I was like, okay. But so we got what we wanted from the store. And if you're that powerful of a manifester and a communicator, sometimes it's just body language. I think they say 70 to 80% of all communication is body language. So I'm not one of those people that are so skilled at traveling abroad that I have the people skills and the social skills necessary to manifest what I need and to have the mobility and to navigate a new paradigm. That's not me, but I know people that have been doing this for 2+ years, 1+ years, and it never ceases to amaze me how they can do it. It's phenomenal. So these people, a few of them, I brought on, and we've teamed up to create a agency and a platform for things related to what we promote. And it's a travel and tourist agency specifically geared towards the tropics. Our goal, or our mission, is to show people the other side of the planet, the other side of the hemisphere, right? Because if I were to talk about this on a scientific level, on a geographical level, we're talking about life between the tropics of Capricorn and the tropics of Cancer. Very important concept. So it's almost like a hemisphere. This is an area that is rich with oxygen. It's rich with all the elements. It's rich with life. It's rich with different organisms. It's rich with produce, rich with sunlight. It's much more fulfilling, much more nutritional to you, to your health, physically, mentally, spiritually. And we believe firmly in making these destinations an objective for all of the above purposes. We kind of formed a really good friendship based on a lot of topics we all shared a passion for. We're all vegan. We all love astrology. We all love talking about philosophy and spirituality. All of these tie into the idea of self-sustainability and discovering oneself and trying to connect more with the natural paradigms of life as opposed to the man-made constructed societies. Because in the States, we walk on concrete. We're not grounded. We don't know where our food comes from. We just go buy it from a store. We don't know what's been put in it, but it has been laced with chemicals. We're eating GMOs. We're just really disconnected from source. We're really disconnected from the planet. And our goal is to show that to everyone and to bring that other divine experience in life, bring it to your screen on your computer or on your phone and let you experience firsthand just how beautiful it is. And we hope to inspire everyone to do the same. And at the same time, while we inspire people to do the same, we can help people do the same. So not only can we show you how wonderful it is, but we are willing to assist you. While we were doing it, I would get comments and questions all the time. Hey, this is awesome what you guys are doing. I'm not sure I can do it. Can you give me some advice? How does this work? And I realized there was a lot of value in answering these questions or spending time to do it. So we decided to make a business based on it. We offer consultations. We're constructing a guide for Honduras at this moment. We are hoping to do this internationally. Right now, we're just servicing Honduras. However, I have connects in Costa Rica. I have connects in Belize. I'm reaching out to some people I've met to see if they'd be willing to come aboard, and we'll be able to assist you guys in other countries. We'll be blogging about our adventures more. We did blog about our adventures while we were in Honduras. A lot of people enjoy that. So it's not just so much informational, but it's going to be entertaining. Very entertaining. We set up a YouTube channel a few days ago, set up a Facebook a few days ago, and we set up a website. Links will be in the description. We call ourselves the Nomads of Soul. And soul is spelled S-O-L, not S-O-U-L. S-O-L refers to the sun, so that's where that's derived from. We spent a lot of time debating on what we would call ourselves. It wasn't that important to me, but it was important to a few other people. So Nomads of Soul is what we decided on. And I just want to say, while it was my first time traveling abroad, the people I got to meet have been doing this for a while. What they've gone through and what they could advise you on is extremely invaluable. I get surface excuses all the time from people that are really wanting to do the same thing, but they don't have the know-how, or they have kids. Okay, great. We have veterans with us that have kids and that have traveled all around the world, that have homeschooled their kids. They can tell you how to do it. They have the practical experience. They've done it. So I'm really confident in the team we have, and I really am behind what we're doing. So with that said, in the meantime, I'm hoping to produce more content. I know I don't upload a lot of content. I apologize. I'm just a lazy content producer. But I'm going to try to put some more work in. I appreciate everyone watching. Go subscribe to Nomads of Soul if this is something you're interested in. And if anyone found me through my lock videos, go subscribe to Nomads of Soul, because everyone in that group is into long hair. Check out the pictures on the website. All right. This is Tevin Townsend signing out. You guys have a great night.